plug this in to USB. So that should make this active. And now to read it, I'm going to plug a voltmeter into the plug that matches this. Would have been funny if they didn't match. And right now I'm getting a reading of 3 volts. I'm going to grab a screwdriver. And I should be able to adjust this higher or lower by adjusting this capacitor. Okay, that's 3.5 volts. Four volts. It's a rather fine adjustment. Probably need a smaller screwdriver that will fit that better. Let's see. I think I have one. Alright. Let's see if I can adjust this a little more easily. Okay. Okay, that's at 5 volts. Let's see. Seems to be as far as it goes. Wonder if this is only a voltage down regulator. Thought it was voltage up and down. So we can definitely lower the voltage. I'll have to check. That'd be interesting if this is only voltage down and won't let me actually adjust voltage up. That'd be somewhat disappointing after all that work. It does seem to be quite possibly the case, because it's not going any higher than 4.5 volts. So before you do a lot of work, it's always good to make sure that you're using the parts that you really want to use. I'll have to go back to the drawing board and look at that part. I'm guessing that this might only be a voltage down regulator, which fortunately won't do quite what I was hoping that it would do. So I'm not going to bother going to that other part, but to fill in this bottom part with epoxy, all you need to do is set it down on a material that the epoxy won't stick to. A good example would be polyethylene, which you can find. There are some, it's a common in some trash bags to be made out of polyethylene, which is fairly tough for most things to stick to. So you could find an epoxy that doesn't stick to polyethylene, and then, which is pretty much most, and then fill that in at the bottom. So there's like maybe that much there, and it's non-conductive, so if some of it got on the electronics, that'd be fine. Of course, you wouldn't be able to service them, as long as you don't get on any moving parts, then there's no problem. Since this part won't do what I was hoping, I'm not going to go through that extra trouble. But effectively, you did see how you could use the top of the bottle to give access to electronics that you want to protect from rain. Of course, you would need to seal that back.